everybody, and welcome to the Creatives Tarot, the YouTube channel that helps you supercharge your creativity and pursue your passions. My name is Melissa, and I'm really excited that you're here today because we are going to be doing our monthly creative forecast video. What is that, right? Well, like, my channel is all about helping you maximize your creativity, whether you're a writer, an artist, a painter, a singer, a musician, a dancer, or any kind of creative solo entrepreneur or a creative business leader. This is for you. I don't care if you're scrapbooking and journaling, or you're blogging, or you're cooking, or you're writing and creating. This is a forecast that's really designed to help you understand how to pursue your passions, how to uncover your dreams, how to enhance your and maximize your potential for success this month. We're going to be focusing on March, so I can't wait for you to dig into this. And then, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below, somewhere down here, so that you don't miss out on future content. Okay, let's get into this reading. So today we're doing a classic pick a card reading, which means there's 3 piles. I'll pull them up on the screen right now. 3 different piles that you can choose from. I want you to look at the 3 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So look at those piles and figure out which one is calling you. I didn't use any charms this time because I really want you to focus on the number and the pile that's calling to you on the screen. Each of these piles has a different theme or focus for the month. So it is really important that you take some time, stop if you need to, take a few deep breaths, and pick the pile that you're being called to the most. If you find yourself unable to choose between 2, watch both of the messages, because that means there's something in the universe that is telling you to listen to messages from both groups. All right, so let's get started with group 1. The rest of the timestamps will be in the comments below. Hi, group 1. I'm so excited you're here, that you chose this group. I can't wait to dig into the spreads. We're doing something different this time. Usually I just shuffle cards and see what comes out. And today we're actually using a spread. So I'm going to show you what the spread looks like first. There are 5 different categories to this spread that we're going to be asking questions about or getting guidance around. And each of the 3 groups has a focus as well. So all these messages are very different. For this group, we're going to be looking at potential, navigation, attraction, sabotage, and motivation. And your theme for this group was goals, productivity, and habit. So this is the theme of the entire reading: goals, productivity, and habits. So let's get into this. I'll start by just walking you through what came up. So for potential, you had the celestial blessing. So potential is the potential for the month, the potential opportunities, the energies that's surrounding you. And you had celestial blessings, which speaks to good luck, protection. The universe is working in your favor. I'm going to go through these kind of quickly, and then we'll talk about connections. For navigation, you had the compass, right? Which, how perfect. So compass, some kind of tool that you can use to help guide you, to help you keep your way. For attraction, what are you attracting and bringing into your life? You had the talisman. So again, another charm, symbol, tool that you can use that brings about good luck and protective energy. So this is definitely a very positive read here. For sabotage, what might you be doing? What might come up throughout the month that may sabotage your progress, sabotage your success? You have the fog of war. The fog of war. So this is kind of like an event or a thing that is happening, but the fog of war speaks to doubt. It speaks to insecurities. It speaks to darkness and the unknown. And so you may be letting that sabotage you this month and distract you from your potential and your purpose. And then what's going to motivate you this month? What's going to motivate you this month? Your main mission. And this main mission card is different from a card focused on your overall true calling or purpose. The main mission is actually a short-term goal, short to mid-term goals, things that you can accomplish. So you have goals, productivity, and habit as a theme this month. And I definitely get this sense that the energy surrounding you is about focusing on what you can accomplish in 30 days, focusing on what you can accomplish daily or weekly. Do not obsess over the big picture goals this month. It is going to be distracting. It is going to be overwhelming. It is going to amplify this fog of war, and that's going to end up sabotaging your success. Let's look at the tarot cards that came out with this as well. So you had 3 cards, and you have the 8 of Wands in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Guardian of Swords. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely some thoughts there around movement, around indecisiveness, around, big picture, generational wealth and money and abundance, but we'll get into that in a second. And then we had some oracle cards that came up as well. So I just want you to hear and see what's coming up before I make the connections here. So we have cut the cords of doubt. Are these not the most beautiful cards? We have feed your artists. And what does your soul say? What does your soul say? And then we have affirmations around your unicorn voice and criticism. Okay, so I'll read those at the end. But yeah, unicorn voice and criticism. So what are some of the overall themes that I'm getting when I look at this spread and these cards? First, I've already talked about it, hinted to it, this luck piece, right? With the celestial being card, with the talisman card, there's definitely some positive energy and luck and protection that is working for you, working in your advantage right now. The 8 of Wands card can also speak to luck and synchronicity. Again, the universe is making a lot of things happen very quickly for you on your behalf, and it may feel even overwhelming. Now, this is what I want you to pay attention to, because this card is in reverse, and when that happens, a lot of times we get confused, we get stressed out, we get this fog of war, we get indecisive, we start doubting ourselves, we start thinking it's too good to be true, right? So there's a lot of energy here around this could be overwhelming, especially when you think about the big picture impacts or opportunities that may arise. You know how you start down that train of thought where you're like, oh, well, I got this new agent, or I got this new opportunity, I got this new story, and what if everybody likes it? And what if it becomes a bestseller? And then what if I have to do an international book tour? And what if, and it the scale and the scope of the work gets higher and higher, and it becomes more and more overwhelming. And you're like, I'm not ready to be this person who has 1 million followers on Instagram. Stop focusing on that. Stop obsessing over that. That is going to sabotage you, right? So I feel like this is in reverse, because it's going to say things are happening, but don't obsess over them. Just focus on what you can control. Focus on the things that are happening just today, just this week, just this month. This also reinforces that, this 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is all about generational wealth, legacy wealth, things that are stable and secure, and they're long lasting over decades, over generations. When you think about this, the coins are embedded into the tree. They're stuck into the tree, and trees live for hundreds of years. So this is wealth that isn't just going to happen overnight. It's wealth, it's opportunities, it's abundance that is going to manifest and continue to serve you and your family for generations to come, and the people you care about, whether they're your blood family or not. So I do say that, again, it's in reverse. And I don't think it's in reverse because you're not getting this. I don't think it's in reverse because this is out of your league. I think this is in reverse because it's telling you not to obsess over this. This will happen. The universe has got your back, right? The 8 of Wands is here with this card for a reason, right? The universe is taking care of this. You don't have to focus on it. It's just happening up here in the ether. You focus on what you're supposed to be doing. The Guardian of Swords here. Guardian is the Queen of Swords in this deck. And so the Queen of Swords speaks to really getting clarity, cutting out the BMS, cutting the cords, cutting what no longer serves you. Hello, look at this, right? This is cut the cords of doubt. So doubt is not serving you right now. Cut anything that's not helping you advance and focus on your immediate goals. Don't get distracted by the big picture right now. I know that seems weird to say, but for March in particular, that is something that I need you to focus on. And you've got this criticism here, right? Criticism is not helping you. That's a sabotage thing here. You need to feed your artists. Focus on the uniqueness of you. Feed your artist. Focus on the creativity. Focus on the specific projects. focus on your unique gifts. Like that's what's going to allow you to move forward. And what does your soul say, right? Focus on you, not the external noise, the external validation, which sometimes may feel good, but can also become paralyzing when you think of all of the different opportunities. And I think that's the big thing here. That's navigation. Like, what is your compass? How do you move forward? I think you're going to feel a little lost. You're going to feel a little overwhelmed. You're going to feel a little bit like, I don't know where to go or how to move forward because of that Eight of Wands energy. But just trust that if you feed your artist, that you focus on what your soul would say, if you look at the smaller goals, you're going to get to where you need to go. Yeah, I feel that very, very strongly. You're going to get to where you need to go. Let's go through your affirmations here. So yeah, we talked about criticism, but I'll just read this. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will post these on my Instagram account. So this is Unicorn Voice, which is my voice is unique to me. The things I make and say and do are totally and wonderfully me. Even the way I draw a single dot is unique to me. Even the way I whistle a song or make a sandwich or sign a birthday card for my ex. See? Because that's just so me, right? So being uniquely you, owning who you are and being true to that person is going to be a helpful affirmation for you to remember this month. And then criticism. I remind myself that there's nothing in this world that everyone likes. If someone doesn't get my work, that's okay. There are weirdos, people in the world who don't like pizza. But does that mean pizza is bad? No. It means that those people are wrong and or robots. And actually, it's all good because that's more pizza for us, right? So different perspective, change your perspective. I love these cards. They're kind of silly. These are the Affirmator cards here. They're a lot of fun. So those are your affirmations. I'll post those onto my Instagram account so you can copy them and bookmark them and read through them over the course of the month. But this is your reading. And I would say my advice to you is really to set very tangible, concrete goals, focus on a main mission that's going to keep you moving forward. Don't get obsessed over the whole big picture. Focus on the little things, focus on the immediate things that you can control on a daily or weekly basis. And make sure you're taking that time to really just focus on the creativity, focus on the passion, but in a small micro way, not the big picture things for this month for you. If you found that helpful, let me know down in the comments below. Do not forget to like and subscribe. It helps other people find the channel. It also helps me know that you like these types of readings, so I will do them more often. That's how that works. If you're not signed up for my newsletter, go ahead and subscribe. I give away one free hour-long in-depth reading every single month to a newsletter subscriber. So the link is in the description. Go ahead and subscribe for that so that you don't miss out on your free chance to win a reading from me. All right, I'm going to move on to group 2. Hey group 2, welcome to your creative forecast for March 2021. I am very, very excited to dig into these readings. We have some beautiful cards, some wonderful spreads. We're doing this a little bit differently because normally I don't use spreads, but I've been wanting to use this more for my video readings. So we're gonna play around with it and change the formatting a little bit so that we can do that and you can see how the cards are arranged, because I am a visual person and I think that it's really helpful to be able to see the layout of the cards. So I'm going to walk you through the spread first. We have 5 different categories or 5 different components, questions that we're posing to the universe, to spirit, to get insight on this month in our creative forecast. We're going to be looking at potential. So what is the potential for the month? Navigation and navigate. What do I need to know to be able to navigate this month? What am I attracting into my life and this month? What am I sabotaging? What am I doing to sabotage myself this month? And what are my motivations, or what are things that can be a motivation for me as I move throughout the month? Each of the groups has a different theme. So your theme for this reading, your focus is career, work, and business. Right? So I will say, I mentioned this before in the pick a card phase, if you were stuck and you didn't know which pile to pick and you were going back and forth between 2, please watch both videos. They're relatively short. They're all about 10 minutes, but watch both because they're all different themes. So there may be another message for you that you need to watch as well. But for career, business, and work, this is your message. So let's get into it. I'm going to pull up the screen now so that you can see the spread and how these cards laid out. And then I'm just going to walk you through each of them. So like I said, there's 5 big buckets, and then we have some tarot cards for clarification and some oracle cards and some affirmation cards. So a lot of stuff here that we're going to move through. But let's start with the main spread. So potential, what came up for potential? So you have the map card here, right? And the map speaks to our guide, to the path that we need to take, right? What landscapes do we need to mark? What milestones are we tracking, right? So think about potential as a map, a guide for you this month. So there's something there. Navigate, cursed. We're going to talk about this one. Don't worry. We're going to talk about this one. But for navigate, what do you need to navigate this month? This idea of curses, which is often really like just our shadow work and the stories, the negative energy that's surrounding us that we're getting obsessed over. We'll talk about that more in a second. What are you attracting? What do you want? What are you attracting? This ultimate move, right? That ultimate move card came up for attraction. For sabotage, we have lore. Right? The stories we tell ourselves. For sabotage, the stories we tell ourselves. And then motivation, which is our checkpoint, right? A checkpoint, take a pit stop, take a rest, go to a rest area, the checkpoint, like that is going to be motivation for you. Some other cards that came up. So clarification cards here. We had the 4 of Wands in reverse. You've got the Ace of Swords. And you've got the 6 of Cups. So we'll walk through those. I just want to show you all of the cards first so that you can then start to see the connections. So for our oracle cards, some messages from the Creative Oracle, we have, you are magic. You are magic. And magic happens not when you least expect it, but when you most expect it. So there's a change there. And nourish the sacred feminine. And your affirmations are around power and awesomeness. We'll walk through these at the end, but power and awesomeness. So that's the cards that came up when I was doing the shuffling. And so let's talk through what does this mean? How do all of these cards fit together? And I think this can be a really scary reading if you're looking at it at just like first glance, right? You're like, what is going on with this cursed card, right? With this navigation card being cursed and this sabotage card being around lore. So let's dig into that first, because I think this is going to be a big piece of influence and energy that is either going to catapult you towards success in the month of March, or it's really going to sabotage you and hold you back. So when we talk about cursed, what I'm not talking about is things that you can't control, something that's out of your control, that there's no escaping. It's just a whole bunch of bad luck and all these awful things are going to happen this month. I don't actually think that's what's happening. It may feel like that in your head, but that's the story or the narrative that you've created, that you're telling yourself. And so when I see the navigation, what I see here is this need to really cut through the stories that you're telling yourself and recognize that all of them may not be true. This says, like, what limiting beliefs do you need to acknowledge and are you working through right now? How have your shadow narratives taken a hold of you? What negative conditioning or stories do you need to unpack? So there's some real energy here around you accepting something at face value about yourself, about your abilities, about your business, about your creative projects, about your role as an artist. You're accepting something as fact, as truth, as unchangeable, as the curse that you have to navigate. And the reality is, like, you don't have to navigate it. You have to cut it. You have to cut it out of your life. You have to heal from it. You have to let it go. And I think this is going to be something that is going to be a challenge this month for you. If you don't deal with it head on, if you don't start to do some of the shadow work and really uncover what's driving those limiting beliefs and driving those narratives, the conditioning, whether it's how you were raised, what mentors or teachers or parents told you as you were growing up, whether it was a failed like project and you're using that as a, oh, well, I'm a failure and I'm not good at this and I'm never going to be good at this. You have to let those stories and those narratives go. I do think it has something to do with your childhood and your upbringing, because you also have this lore, and this is about the stories we tell us in our past, right? The things that make us. What is your backstory? What is your narrative? What information of that is relevant to your journey right now? A lot of it is not, right? We are not our past, right? That is something that has happened to us. We can learn from it, but we also have to actively work to heal from it and to move forward. So take those lessons, but don't get stuck in the past. Use that as a way to start to uncover what is triggering those limiting beliefs. I say that because you have a couple of other things here. This Ace of Swords, which I really think is just about you cutting through, like a new perspective, a new thought, slashing those thoughts that no longer serve you and getting a new, fresh perspective and way of thinking about yourself and your creative life, particularly when it comes to work and business. So for some of you, this may be this idea that you can't write full-time, you can't create full-time, you can't start your own business, you can't run a YouTube channel, you're not good enough to do X, Y, and Z, right? Those are the things we tell ourselves over and over and over again. That is going to trip you up if you don't deal with it. And that may be something that your parents said, maybe out of love or compassion, but those limiting beliefs have to go. Yeah. We also have this Four of Wands, which makes me think about celebrations and victories. Usually when this is right side up, I'm thinking about anniversaries, weddings, big holiday parties and celebrations. But this is in reverse, which makes me think that you need to celebrate the small things, the little things. Like, don't get caught up in the big, like, well, I didn't win an Oscar, so I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to have a multi-million-dollar company. Don't fixate on like waiting for these big, huge, epic things that are so rare. Focus on the little things, focus on the little victories and the little wins that you can celebrate each and every day, especially when it comes to dealing with some of this hard work of shadow work. And you have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups can mean a couple of different things. One, I think there's some nostalgia, some like tapping into your past and really getting caught up and sort of confused about your past stories and your past narratives. We've already talked about this, but this card can also represent an opportunity to be mentored by somebody else, to have a mentor, to find a mentor. And because with that potential card, you had the map, which I think of as a guide, I feel like there's an opportunity here for you to find a mentor or partner with somebody who has more experience in your creative business and your career and can help you navigate the business of being a creative entrepreneur. A lot of times we only focus on the skill. We only focus on the craft of writing or the craft, the art of singing or the dance and the movement, but we don't actually have a coach or somebody who can help us think about how to survive, how to charge rates, how to make money, how to hire an entertainment lawyer to find an agent who's going to represent our best interest, right? And so I get the sense that like now is the time for you to like make a mentor for that, not somebody who's going to critique you necessarily on craft, but somebody who's going to help you navigate the career of being an artist. Let's go here. And the motivation. So what's going to motivate you this month? I think you really need to pay attention to this pit stop, this checkpoint. I really want to encourage you to step back, to set aside a day, maybe on a weekend, maybe during a week, where you can be alone and you can really do some of this shadow work. You can really do some reflection work, not just thinking about what you want and what goals you have, but really tapping into and giving your space the safety and openness and security to dig into some of these deep issues. That may be finding a therapist. It may be having a support group of peers or other creatives who are experiencing the same thing. And it may be you taking the time out for yourself to do some journaling, do the artist's way, do some different exercises and meditation and reflection to try and uncover what's holding you back and what's driving those limiting beliefs. I think that checkpoint, that pit stop, schedule time in your calendar this month to do that activity. And the sooner you do it, the better, because it's going to set you up for success for the rest of the month. It could could also be an in-depth tarot reading. So if you are somebody who reads tarot cards, get your cards out, ask those cards, what are the limiting beliefs? You can also book me and I can do a reading with you on that. Yeah, let's look at your affirmations here. So you had awesomeness and you had power, right? Which is funny because both of these cards are actually connected. I'll put these on my Instagram account. You can follow the Instagram and see them in its entirety. But awesomeness is I am capital A awesome, and I refuse to pay attention to anything that makes me feel otherwise. Instead, I congratulate myself for every victory, accomplishment, and teeny tiny step in the right direction. Hello, celebrating those little wins. That's the theme here with this awesomeness card. You're awesome, celebrate that. The power card, this is one of the bonus cards for this deck. And it says, I got a slight case of the overwhelms that soup cannot cure. Fear not, the power is within you. This card is here to remind you that your inner warrior can and will conquer whatever creative blocks or obstacles come up, right? So anything that comes up, you can do. What I love about this is it says, after all, you don't eat a whole sandwich and one single bite. So why should your visionary endeavors be any different? So take it one bite at a time, one step at a time. Yeah, that's your reading. I'm really excited about this. I know it may feel intimidating. It may feel a bit heavy, but just know that like when you start working on those limiting beliefs, when you start writing down those things that you're afraid of, that you feel like are cursing you or holding you back, when you start dealing with what's happening there, it's going to open the floodgates and it's really going to help you move forward. And I think this idea of this ultimate move, which we didn't talk about, but this ultimate move card is what you're attracting. The ultimate move is like your assets, your strength, your brand, your personality, your unique value, your awesomeness, like figuring out, knowing what that is and focusing on that, celebrating on that, and allowing that to be your guide instead of the limiting beliefs. I hope this was helpful. If so, let me know down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. I'm going to go ahead and jump into group 3. Hey, group 3, I'm so ready to dig into your reading. I cannot wait. Welcome to the creative forecast for March. We're doing this a little bit differently, and we are actually using a spread. So I'm going to put the spread up so that you can see what it looks like, but we're looking at 5 different dimensions for the month of March. We're looking at a potential, we're looking at navigation, we're looking at attraction, what are we attracting into our lives, we're looking at sabotage, and we're looking at motivation. Each of these reads actually has a different theme. So for group 3, your focus area was dreams, true calling, and vision. This is the focus area for this group. So if you chose group 3, this is what we're going to be talking about. Again, if you were stuck between groups, I encourage you to watch the other videos because each one has a different emphasis or a different focus. So let's get into this. I'm going to pull the spread up now so you can see all of the cards and how they laid out with the different themes and questions. We also have some tarot cards for clarification. We have oracle cards. We have affirmation cards. So there's a lot here. This is the overall view. Take a minute to look at it, soak it in, right? I'm going to walk through each of these cards so you can get a little bit more understanding about what they mean, but I want to talk about the themes and how they're connected. So let's just walk quickly through each of the themes. So potential, we have experience needed card. The experience needed card came up, which speaks about leveling up, like what information, what things do you need to, knowledge, resources do you need to gain in order to move forward. We have navigate, had our side quest card. We had attract with the weapon card. And experience gained for sabotage. So this is really interesting, having the experience needed and experience gained in the same spread. So we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. And then motivation, blindness, right? That seems weird. What the heck is that talking about? Blind spots, things that you're missing or overlooking, that may prevent you, stuttering on my words, that may prevent you from finding your true motivation. It may be a distraction. We're going to dig into that. What are the tarot cards that came up for you guys? Five of Cups in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune card in reverse. And the Elder Wands in reverse. So lots of reversal energy here. We also have some oracle messages, so themes to keep in mind, but I actually walk through those and the affirmations after we look at this spread. So what's happening? What's coming up here? First, let's deal with these cards here and the potential. Let's talk about the potential for March. You have this experience needed card that came up. Experience needed. So something around your dreams, your true calling, your vision, your passion, the work that you feel called to do, it requires you to level up. It requires you to gain more skill or more knowledge. This could be specifically about the craft of doing something. So, if it's singing, it's like a technique thing. If it's writing, it could be learning a new medium, learning a new craft, learning grammar. But there's something there about experience needed, something that you need in order to level up. And then that navigation, you have side quest, right? So if you're a video gamer, if you do role-playing games, the side quest is something that's not necessarily attached to the main purpose of the game, right? So this is something that is not connected to your true calling, to your dreams, to your vision. But you're going to have this potential to go on a side quest. And I'm going to caution you against that. It may be helpful, but let's talk a little bit about when and why you should take a side quest, especially given everything else that is coming up. I want to talk about this sabotage of experience gained, right? Why would new experience become something that sabotages you this month, that keeps you from pursuing your passions, pursuing your dreams, fulfilling your true calling? I think it's because it's deeply connected to this, right? I think the experience that you're gaining, or that you will gain if you take this side quest, is going to be knowledge that you already have, and knowledge that's not essential for you to get here, right? So I'm going to encourage you that when you see those side quest opportunities come up, those passion projects, those things that are not necessarily corrected to your long-term dreams or goals, but could be easy. Good example of this is somebody comes along and they says, I want you to work on this, like a work for hire project. And you're like, oh my God, I could use the money and it's probably good, but I'm not really struggling, but it's going to take away from my ability to cut my demo, or to be able to go on my retreat, or to be able to write this new screenplay. That's what I'm talking about. The side quest, it may have some benefits, but these are things that you've already known, you've already experienced, you don't necessarily need to level up. So make sure that if you take that side quest, going into it, that it's distracting you and keeping you from fulfilling this need, this potential for the month. Yeah, and the motivation, the blindness, the blind spot. I think that's your blind spot. I think the side quest is your blind spot. It's going to be something in your comfort zone. It's going to be something that you know how to do already. It's going to feel safe. And so therefore it's going to feel easy, and you're going to talk yourself into it. You're going to want to talk yourself into it because there's some comfort there. And so there's some confidence there. But I don't think that's the right path. And I believe that for a couple of reasons. One, because I'm looking at this Five of Cups, which again, the Five of Cups in reverse, Five of Cups speaks of spilled milk. It speaks of obsessing over the wrong things. And I get this sense that, again, distraction, not paying attention, not realizing that there's potential here, right? You're looking on these broken glasses, but there's two full glasses back here, and you're looking in the wrong direction. So I feel very strongly that side quest is not something that is meant to be pursued right now. I think you're tempted to it because of this Elder of Wands. This Elder is the king. So King of Wands energy here. King of Wands, very masculine, very confident, very CEO, boss-like energy. But I get the feeling that you're not embracing that energy. And in fact, maybe playing this role of CEO or boss, or, the captain of your own creative vision and ship is becoming overwhelming for you. I feel like you're getting distracted, right? I feel like there are big blind spots. You're feeling insecure in this new role, and you're not sure how to navigate. And that may be making you feel like luck is not on your side. You may be dealing with administrative nightmares. You may be dealing with, HR or taxes or legal stuff, and you're just not excited about this and you're doubting yourself. And I feel like you need to get back to the art. You need to get back to the passion. You need to get back to the creative role that you can play. What are you attracting, right? The attraction card came with the weapon card, right? So what is your greatest asset? What are the tools that you can use to go on the offensive and to really pursue your passions and your dreams? And I just don't feel that those tools are going to be gained from your side quest. I could be wrong, but like that's the energy that I'm getting here, is that your best offensive gear, how do you advance quickly? How do you advance vigorously and smash those goals? Like those are tools that you need to gain, right? There's the potential to gain them, but that's also messy. And let's talk about that. That's messy. So your oracle cards came up. This card came up in particular. The edge of evolution is messy. It feels messy. It's uncertain. It's unstructured. It's not linear. And so that can really freak some of us out. And I just want to say, like, embrace the mess, right? It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be perfect. Embrace the mess. Celebrate your wins. You have wins. You have victories. Even if they're side quest victories, celebrate them, right? Even the stuff that's not creative about this business, celebrate it because you did it and you accomplished it. But you have a choice. Remember, you have a choice to choose who you are becoming. You have a choice to decide and make a decision between that side quest and the main path that you're on. In terms of your affirmations, you had passion and permission. So give yourself permission to have passion. Give yourself permission to do the things that you need to do to make the passion your real business. So this says, I give myself permission to live my best, biggest, dreamiest life. I deserve to make money doing what I love, and I am able to create without suffering. I'm going to put this on my Instagram account so you could follow it and save this card and remember and read the full definition there. But there's the card, right? Like, you deserve this. It's okay to want that. It's okay to get that and attain that. It's possible. And passion. Have you been hiding your light under a rock? Keeping your artistic inclinations a secret, resisting labels like artist and maker and kind of semi-creative person, and favor for the more mainstream monikers like accountant and teacher and marching band mom. Like, this card is a thunderbolt to clear those dismissive apologies away and allow the burning, churning, balls to the wall passion living within you radiate outward. No more days half lived. No more dreams left unspoken, right? So how powerful is that? This is all about passion. And I feel like that side quest is a distraction. And if you don't believe me, listen to this. The side quest description says miscellaneous tasks, things you can do when you have time, chores, admin duties, casual goals, and or maybe a passion project, right? Like, so most of those things are mundane. They're not passion. Now, if you are working full time in another job, teaching, or like if you are the accountant, right? If you have a job that pays the bills, your everyday job, and you're looking to transition into your true calling, then maybe this side quest is telling you, like, it's time to take this side quest, this hustle on the road and start making money off of this and start investing in this and giving it some real time, giving it its real do. So if that is you, if you are working full time in another job and it's not creative and it's not your true passion or calling, this is telling you like it's time to either level up this side quest into a real gig, right, and gain that experience, or to really think about how you're prioritizing that time and energy. If you haven't started, it's like it's telling you it's time to take this step and make that side hustle a reality. That's your reading. I'm really excited about this. I know it kind of could have seemed a little bit intimidating or a little scary, but I feel like this is some boss up energy right here. This is not just about identifying and uncovering what your passion is, what your dreams are and your vision is, but this is really getting focused on your purpose, laser focused. And I just feel like own this role, own this energy, own this, King of Wands, passion, CEO energy. You are completely capable of doing this. You just need to allow it to be a little bit messy and know that like you're making progress, and even failure is progress, right? The real failure is not doing anything at all, not taking the chance, not following your dream. So keep that in mind. I hope this was helpful. If so, and it resonated, let me know down below in the comments, and I will have more videos coming up on these creative tarot forecasts in the future if you hit that like button, right? And that lets me know that you really enjoyed the reading. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter because I give away a free reading every single month. So if you want to be eligible for the reading in March, make sure you're signed up to the newsletter. I will talk to you later. Bye.